Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa buddhang dhamman sanghang namasami. Hello dear friends, I am Venerable Medhavi from Thapoarana, Pasyala, Bolankanda, Sri Lanka. And we usually give in a talk in the morning, like similar time. It's about the solution which you have in your day-to-day life. And I usually talk about talk about the solutions, like I said, on the subject of Buddhist philosophy. Okay, so today also I have a good topic. Actually, this topic was asked some of my viewers before, which is what is the good moment. So today I am going to talk about the greatest moment in our life according to the Buddhist philosophy or the Buddha's way. So when we talk about the time, I think April is the one of the most valuable time for Sri Lanka, maybe because it is the New Year festival. We have a couple of festivals, but if I see the New Year festival, it's mainly in April. So most of the people are having, I could say, fun. They are enjoying a lot in this year and in this time of the period, and they usually celebrating, and they start to playing together, and they start to talk with the relatives, and these and that things are happening in this time of the period. So and specifically this period, especially in this April month, Sri Lankan people mostly do the things in a certain times. They usually uh, kept their works or things for a specific time period to do so. So so which means, or which lead us to, we have some specific time period to do things in order to gain success in our life. So in the other hand, when we see the Buddhist perspective on the subject, Buddha usually talk about uncertainty, impermanence, emptiness, and these and that things. And most of the time people what believe is Buddha is not accepting these kind of specific time period, because if it does, it's against the anicca or the uncertainty, because it has to be certain time or certain time period or the locations, like normally people do. So now we have a biggest question: are or is Buddha accept this nakat or this specific time period or not? This is what my topic today. Well, Buddha was born in India, what I believe, and he was born, and he come to his mother's womb, I think. This everyone according to the plan. That's what the Buddha, that's what the script says. He solves, or he focus about 5 things, 5 aspects, I could say, which is Kale Deepe Deshe Kule Mava in Sinhala. It's like a time and where it happened, and which place, which exactly the place, and what kind of generations should I pick, and who is the great person to be his mom. So he thought about these 5 things, and that the scripture says he finally decided Mahamaya should be his mother. So if we see these things, or if we collect these things, he have choose a specific time too, right? So after he became a Buddha, after he became a Buddha, then he talk about uncertainty, impermanence, and emptiness, and these are that things. And he says this world is based on suffering, and the people do everything because of the craving, or these are that thing. So this is like a controversial in one hand, but the other hand, his idea was makes sense to the people. That's why people start to guide what Buddha says. They wanted to listen to him, because what he taught was 100% correct. So then he talk about the great time, like what we really want to know maybe today. In Sri Lankan people, we believe Songkrant, or the sun is going one circle towards the earth, and come to the next circle, or this time is the New Year festival, or the greatest time, or something like that. But what Buddha says is, if you do good deeds, if you say good words, if you think good thought, that is the time, that is the greatest time for your life. Because what we do is, we always do. I mean, that is what we have done in our past. Buddha says it's a countless lifetime. What we have done is the same. But sometimes when we have mindfulness, we can think about, what I have done is not what the matter, but what I'm going to do is the matter. So then we can change our attitude, or then we can change our whole believing system, and do little bit of good things to ourselves. So that kind of things can change that countless lifetimes experience upside down. That's why when you do good things, when you say good words, when you think good thoughts, that is the greatest time in your life. That's what Buddha says. That's what it is. And in the other hand, if we think, if there is a very great moment or great time to everything, maybe that time will never come to us. Maybe we will be frustrated about ourselves, because we will waiting for countless time to see a great moment, but we never face it. Maybe we will never face it. But if you think about it, this is the right moment. Now is the correct moment. If you do the good things, you will be happy in this moment. You don't have to wait for another years, or maybe hours, or something like that, to do a good things to yourself. But right now you can do it. That's what in Buddhism main teaching is, which called mindfulness practice. Actually it is the greatest time in your life to practicing mindfulness, or to be mindfulness. When you mindful, at that time you will notice what are you doing right now, and what kind of things underneath it. I mean, what kind of background has the underneath to say these kind of words, or to do these kind of deeds, or think in that way. So we will realize about ourselves, like we see in a mirror in ourselves. When we see ourselves in a mirror, through a mirror, we will see ourselves clearly, this like we see, right? So when we practicing mindfulness also, it's like seeing ourselves in front of a mirror, because we will see ourselves as clearly it is. When we do good things, mindfulness will notice it. Yes, you are doing good things, but when you do bad things, mindfulness will notice it. You are doing bad things. So if you be mindful, you will have a choice. You can choose whether you do these things again and again, over and over, or you can change it. If you change means you are changing your whole believing system and your whole samsaric, or I could say countless lifetime attitude at that time, at that very moment. That's why the mindful moment is the greatest moment to your life, because it is changing your many of the attitudes, many of the ideas, many of the believings, sometimes forever, sometimes forever. That's why it's very important to us. So this is what I wanted to deliver today actually. If we think about it, there is a specific time period to do things. We will wait for that. But how about if that time never comes? In my younger life, I had the same experience, They says this is a very good time to eat, like April. But at that time, maybe I have to leave for make ratinya, dung dung, or maybe I have to go to somewhere. So then that time I will pass. So that make me sad so much. But later on, I found what Buddha described about the greatest moment. Now I don't have this kind of problems anymore, because if I do good things, that is the greatest time for me. Like now I'm doing to you. This is the greatest time for me, because I am giving what I can give it to you. Sometimes I don't know about the words because I'm not native English speaker, but I am trying my best to do the good things to you. I hope this will help you to be a good person. Yeah. So makes me so much happiness and so much calmness. That's why I am saying, according to the Buddhism, the greatest time is not only in the April, but it can be all the time if you are be mindful. If you are be mindful, all right. So if you don't mindful, you will do things like you have done in your past. It's like a kind of like a habit, or you addict to that. Actually, it's addictive. But when you be mindful, you will see what kind of attention or what kind of attachment you have with these words or with these works or with this speech or with these thoughts. We everything do not 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 without any reason, because of the reasons. you know for example, now I am giving this speech to you because I have a good reason, because I wanted to give something to you in a good way. That's why, like you do, like you are listening to this talk because you wanted to listen. But maybe you have seen some people are come and go because they wanted to see, but they don't want to stay, then they go. It is their choice. Like that, when you be mindful, you will see yourself as it is really, as really it is. Yeah. This will realize how you are or who you are, and what are you doing, and what kind of things you can do to your life. So if you see in this way in your life, about your life, you will think that every moment is a great moment to you. because you can make your life happiness and you can make other people's happiness too. That doesn't make you are going to break the rules or something. No, it is not like that. If you can say good words to others, yeah, that is the great things to you. Because in this world, the good words are very valuable actually. It's very rare to find, very hard to find. Good deeds, yeah, that's more rare actually. Yeah. Good thoughts, even rare. Yeah, that's why I'm saying if you do the good things, that is the greatest time in your life, greatest moment. That's what the Buddha says about the greatest moment. That's what I wanted to deliver today about the topic of what is the greatest moment. And this is what wiser peoples think, wise peoples believe and try to practice. That's we call mindfulness. That's why I call this one mindful moment. This is about solutions. Like I said before, we have problems in our life. What is the greatest time? Maybe we can think it's in April, or maybe Vesak Poede, or maybe January. Yeah, that is a great time. That's why people are thinking, oh, for meditation, that monastery was the great. Yeah, it is the best place. Something like that. But it is not. It is really not. Every place is great place for you. If you think it is great. If you don't think it is great, yep, it will not be great anyway at all. In a way, when you do good things in every situations, that is the greatest time to yourself. Not only for you, but also for the others as well. Okay? I think and I hope this talk will make your life much easier in this festival time, and me as it is as well. Have a nice day. I hope to see you tomorrow as well.